This is hard to do, getting up here by yourself.
Hello guys, your friend Andres Colin to give you some musical advice. I've been playing gigs for about 22 years, so I wanted to put together a list of things that will help you get started playing gigs. Stick around, this is a good video. Alright my friends, so I put together a list of 20 things. If you're a solo musician that's looking into playing gigs, I think you will benefit from this list. If you are a performer that plays with a band, I think there's some items here that you will also find joy when I talk about it.
I play guitar and sing. Is there anything better?
Nothing better. The first item I have on this list is a PA system. If you're gonna play in front of a crowd, you're gonna need amplification. I've been using a Bose L1 Model 2. What I had before, it was a couple of QSC speakers on 2 speaker stands with 2 power cables and 2 audio cables. It was a lot of setup. Now, I just place the base of my Bose, which is the amplification, and then you put the speaker tower right on the base, and that's already connected. And the subwoofer to the side. So it saves me a lot of time setting it up and space as well. One more thing why I like the Bose system, and the main thing, it's built with a lot of little speakers that are pointing on different directions. And that means that when you start playing, your music projects everywhere in the venue. If I say something or sing something, you will hear me as clear wherever you are, as opposed to traditional speakers that have kind of like a sweet spot in the middle. I'm gonna put all the links on the video description, and for a lot of these items, I will be linking the newer version. Let's go to the item number 2, which is a microphone. Basically what you want is a dynamic mic. They pick up the sound that's closer to it. So if you're far away or somebody's screaming in the back, it won't pick it up. You have to be by it. And that's why for a live setting, they're great. For years I used an Audix OM5 recommended by my friend Sean Daniel. It was good quality and all, but one day also Sean Daniel came with a gift and he gave me the Shure Nexadyne. Really great quality, very clear, crisp, and that's what I've been using for the last few months.
Born under a bad sign, been down since I began to grow.
You're gonna need a mic stand for your microphone, and I found that the highest quality mic stands are made by Hercules. This brand has blown me away with their products. Sturdy, easy to pack, easy to set up, well built. I found that if you buy a separate mic stand from the same brand, you can use the top part as your boom. And by combining these 2 products by Hercules, I end up with a perfect mic stand. I wish Hercules sold the boom by itself. Alright, number 4 is the most important, I think, in my list, because it's the instrument. What instrument you're gonna be using. It's a nice setup. This is an acoustic electric synthesizer Canadian 17-year-old guitar. The Godin, G-O-D-I-N. If you're a guitarist, I would recommend you get an acoustic electric guitar because you get to hear it when it's unplugged. But when you plug it in, you have the full quality sound. However, I went the extra mile and I got myself an acoustic electric synthesizer guitar made by a Canadian brand, Godin. This has worked great for me because in my show, I connect to a synthesizer pedal before going into a loop station. And basically by combining this technology, I'm able to build a whole song from scratch and sound like a band.
That's how you build a song from scratch. And you save money on a live band.
Now, the item 5 will be specialty pedals. You know, whatever you play, you're probably gonna wanna make it unique sounding by using some pedals. In my case, I only use a reverb pedal. I use a tone enhancer. And I also use effects for my voice. I have a vocal effect pedal.
If it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have no luck at all.
Now we're in number 6, which is the pedal board. I used to connect every pedal at every show, but I found that if you buy a pedal board, you can just Velcro everything to it, connect everything to each other. You end up setting up very fast because all you do is you take it out of the box and most of the stuff is already plugged in. So you can just take your snake and plug it into your mixer. This is great to have. I think everyone that has a lot of gear should consider a pedal board to keep it all neat and together. The item number 7 I think is very important too for anyone who's playing by themselves, which is a loop station. It provides a visual interest for the crowd. They see me building the song from the Boss RC505. It's been a great looper. You can loop 5 separate tracks and they all playing at the same time, or you can stop a couple of them. I used to use a more simple loop station before, but I found that this is great for me.
Wine and women is all I crave.
So as a solo musician, you want a loop station because you want to be able to jam along whatever you play. It's basically a way to challenge yourself at every gig and play other things. And I feel like you can actually grow as a musician. Number 8 is so important. I guess every item is very important. For some videos, I actually do a script. For this one, I just made the list. I just wanted the freedom to tell you everything I think about every item. Lights. Lights are everything. If you look around my office right here, I have lights even where you cannot see there are lights. Light is everything in filmmaking, but also in real life. And I've seen a lot of great musicians playing gigs and you cannot see them because they didn't bring any lights. So I've seen great musicians that I never actually saw. I have this Chauvet 4 par that came with a carrying case and a stand, and that's what I use as my main light. I put it always to my right, lights me completely because it's 4 lights. And then I complement it by getting a second set of lights. It comes in a pack of 4. It's called the Chauvet Freedom H1. These lights are battery powered. They have magnets on the bottom. So basically you can attach anywhere that's metal. I attach them often to my Bose tower system. They last a long time, the battery. They're very versatile. This is a carrying case and it's flimsy, but no worries. I got another case for it. We'll get there in a minute. Item number 9 is a cart. You're gonna need to get your gear in and out of your car and into the gig. And for this, you will need a cart. Some musicians don't have a cart and they make about 6 trips, 7 trips to the car. Well, you don't need to do that anymore. You buy a little cart like this rock and roller and you throw everything there and you make 1, sometimes 2 trips and you're done.
I want to say your cart you packed over here is perfectly.
Did you like that?
That's a perfectly packed cart over there.
Thank you. I tried to keep it organized.
You clearly know your shit.
I try. I've been only doing this about 20 years. The item 10, so important. Cases for everything. My friend Fitz, he's a DJ and he said, hey, I buy cases for everything. I started following his advice. I don't have to be buying gear all the time. Now I can go years before I have to replace something. And what happens when you can find a case for something specific? My stage lights came with a flimsy case. I couldn't find a case for them. All I had to do is buy a rifle case. I know I would never buy a rifle case and it's like made for it. So you don't have to buy a case that's specifically made for one thing. You can buy it for another thing that has a similar shape. And look at that. It fits my lights to perfection. You can plug the shape of the lights and you have a perfect case that was almost built for these lights, but it was really for a computer. Here's an extra tip at no extra charge. Remove the sticker from the case that it came with and put your own. Branding is everything, baby. We're now at item 11. That is the merch table and tip jar. For the merch table, I just use one of those TV tray tables. They are very cheap. You can find them anywhere. Tablecloth, I like black. You set up on top of that your merchandise, like your CDs or your business cards. And for my tip jar, I wanted something unique. I got one of those cinema boxes. They sell them for weddings and stuff. You can put your message on them. If you buy a rotating jewelry display, then you can put it on top of there. I measured the dimensions of the cinema box and I bought on Etsy an acrylic jar. It fits perfectly on top of the cinema box, and with a little bit of Velcro, you have your own tip jar that also displays a rotating message.
Thank you so much, how are you? You just became my first sponsor of the night and my best friend. I like how you look wearing green, my friend. Thank you so much, don't ever change, you're my best friend right now.
Item number 12 is so important as well. It's a rug. People laugh sometimes. When they see me arrive at the gig with a rug, they always question me. You bring your own rug? It's actually very important to have a rug for me. It makes your look very nice. A lot of places don't have stages. A rug becomes my stage. It helps me measure like where things go exactly. Another reason, it's comfy. It also tells the people to stay off. You stay over there, I'll stay in the rug. Number 13, it's a power conditioner. What? What is that? Is that what I use in the shower? Foreman power conditioner is just like a power strip, but it's supposed to eliminate bad noise in the electrical signal at some venues. Number 14 is tray tables and percussion. When I loop at my shows, I like to loop percussion. And I have other things like batteries for my cameras and stuff. You gotta have somewhere to put your things. And if you just get any kind of table, it's very likely that your stuff will fall to the ground. But if you have a percussion tray table, usually it's padded, it keeps your stuff in place. The item number 15, super important, and is a filming setup. Thank you very much.
I love that you have a great setup for
my YouTube channel, you know, wave at the camera.
If you're a performer, you're limited to the crowd that's gonna show up to the gig. But what if you could expand your music? Like you guys who are watching from another place in the world, you get yourself either a GoPro or a DJI camera. I use a DJI camera. You get a GoPro mount, and that way you can place your camera on your guitar. If you wanna go the extra mile like I do, you get a second camera for a second camera angle, microphone that you can wear like a DJI microphone, so you can capture your interactions with your new friends at the gigs.
We love when the musician plays their favorite song.
Oh my gosh, you just made my night. What kind of music do you play in your band?
I wanted to hear what you wanted to play, and then you
I
played
appreciate
a
it.
perfect song.
You're
and
so
it
nice.
Almost literally made me cry. Do you know Sweet Caroline?
And very importantly, get yourself a handy recorder. This is just a way to record your sound that's coming out of your mixer. If you want the full quality, like if you have recorded in a studio, then you plug directly to your Zoom recorder. The one I have has 6 tracks, so you can record, in my case, in stereo. And I can record my voice separately, and I can edit it on the computer, and I can add compression and whatever. I also record the ambient sound because it has a stereo microphone that attaches to it. So that way, when I post a video of my performance, you feel like you're there, because when you're there, you're hearing that noise too. You're hearing my music and the noise, the crowd noise. So I want to recreate that by capturing some of that noise and using it so it doesn't sound like something is missing when you're watching my videos.
I never clap for my own show, but that was actually excellent. That was excellent. Thank you. I never clap for my own show, but that was actually excellent. That was excellent.
Here's another item that's probably the most important. I know I've been saying that for every item, but it's just that all these items are so important. That is a way to stay hydrated. Any bottle will do, but I like the Yeti bottles. I like the design, I like how much liquid you can have here. It's easy to wash. I like drinking from a bottle, like a glass bottle, and this feels like it. It sounds weird, but I drink more depending on the comfort of when you drink from. You can wash it perfectly. No more stinky bottles. Number 17, marketing materials. I guess we already talked about it. Get some stickers with your logo. Hire a good designer. I hired a good friend of mine, Max. He did a fantastic job designing my monogram. I've never had a monogram before. Now I can have my own brand. I can put it everywhere, stickers, shirts, everything. Branding is important. Get your business cards so you can have your brand, you know, recognizable.
Can I give you my card so we can get together, jam?
We are at 18 and this is a tire. You're probably gonna be like, what? That's not gear. Did you run out of things to say? The attire, in my opinion, it's very important. The performers I remember is the ones that kind of look the same all the time. The way you dress is kind of a uniform too. Picture all the performers that you know, that you remember. Singer for AC/DC or Santana. They have a look and they have a way they dress, very unique and particular, and it becomes their uniform. Stay on top of your look, I think, my opinion. Number 19 is a vehicle. You're gonna need a good vehicle that can accommodate all your gear. In my case, I went for a Toyota 4Runner. I've been using this for a long time and it's just, I love my vehicle. If I was to exchange my 4Runner for something else, I would probably go for a Ford Transit. You have a lot of space on those and yet you can put it in a garage. I would like to hear your opinion on this one. And we have come to the last item in the list, and that's gonna be your tools that you bring to your gig. There's gonna be situations in which one of your strings break or something else breaks and you need to fix it on the spot. And that's why I like to carry a little baggie, and inside this baggie I have cables here, but also I have this Altoid tin. Inside I have several items that can help me fix something. For example, I have hot glue. I don't have a hot glue gun, but you don't need one because I have a lighter. and you can melt this. I have a multi-tool. This is very important because, for example, if you need pliers, I have pliers. If you need a knife, I have a small blade here. You need scissors, you need to cut a zip tie or something. You got this useful little thing that I carry with me. Now I have two multi-tools. I have this one here, but one that I carry on me all the time. This one I use all the time. Super useful, you know, a little screwdriver and stuff, and even has a light. This one I have on me all the time, but I like to have something with my gear just in case for some reason I forgot this on me, which I highly doubt it, I always have it. But if I forgot it, I can always improvise a way to fix something on the spot and I can play my gig. I got crazy glue, I have like a $20 bill here. Don't tell anyone because I don't want this stolen from me. Zip ties, we came to the end of the list, but I'm gonna give you an extra one. And this is so useful, it's my flashlight. How many times do you play a gig and then they turn the lights off, which is kind of rude in my opinion. I mean, they should wait for you to finish packing up, but I had situations where they just have to go and they turn the lights off. Well, I always carry a flashlight with me. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this list. There's many things that I probably missed, but I want to hear from you what you think, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.
When I know it's love, I know it's you. Do you like it? Thank you. That's an original song, my friends. You will never hear it again anywhere unless I'm famous. Thank you. Thank you, my friends.